There are concerns for the health of a 7-year-old Papuan girl who recently returned to Indonesia, even though she had been granted political asylum in Australia. It's emerged Foreign Affairs Minister Stephen Smith intervened in the case, but ultimately approved their departure.
Yunus Wainggai and his 7-year-old daughter Anike returned abruptly to Indonesia last November. They were two of the more than 40 asylum seekers from the Papua provinces who were the centre of a big diplomatic row after Australia granted them political asylum. Anike Wainggai became a public face for the group. Supporters say they fear the two were coerced into returning and that the Australian government didn't ensure their safety.
They had just filled in their forms for permanent residency. They were almost Australian citizens.
Now, a spokesman for the Foreign Affairs Minister says Stephen Smith did contact the Indonesian ambassador about the case to underline the importance of transparency in the repatriation. But he declined to comment on the nature of the conversation or if the minister was satisfied with the response. The Immigration Department says the two simply wanted to return home and were allowed to do so. Francis and John Walton have fostered 4 refugee children from the Papuan group. They say Anike Wainggai, who regularly visited their house, is now unwell.
To hear that she's sitting in the corner of a room, crying, wanting to go back to her family, and described as sick, that's not the Anike that I know.
I'd like to know what certainty we've got about the safety of Yunus, and more particularly of his 7-year-old daughter Anike.
It's believed the Wainggais are now back in their old home, but are not enjoying the full support of their community. Jeff Waters, ABC News.